My dears, it's time for a New Year's ornament. Many of you have already seen my last year's ornament. This year I've come up with something just as interesting, but more on that later. But let's start with a boring blank. I've decided to sculpt a ball out of this cool material and, oh horror, I'm going to shape it with my fingers after wetting them with polygel solution. If this shocks you, please step away from the screen. And for those who aren't familiar, I want to clarify that I'm a nail technician, and creating things from the materials I use every day is perfectly comfortable for me. Of course, I use more of them than an average manicurist would, but in the end, creativity is priceless. First, I spread the polygel with my fingers. Then, of course, I use a brush to help myself make the shape as even as possible. We remove the blank from the ball, and I also need to fill in this top part. I don't need it. We put on the patch, press it down with a finger, and even it out with a brush. Just look at that beauty. The blank is ready, but it turned out too soft because the layer is thin, so I reinforced the ball with gel. Is it possible to do all this in one layer without additional reinforcement with gel? Probably, if you're comfortable working with large drops. It wasn't convenient for me, especially since it's harder to remove a ball that's too stiff from the base. That's why I made it softer. So I decided to split my blank in half. This is very important for the design idea. That's why on a smooth surface, I'm laying out one more additional piece. Again, tap, tap, tap with my fingers, pressing everything down, helping with the brush, smoothing it out. I was hoping that this piece would turn out very even and perfect, but I didn't take into account that while removing and detaching the material, the base got a little bent. Overall, it's not that big of a deal, but it's a bit disappointing, of course. I file the edges a little so that it fits perfectly into the center, and then we sand the ball. You can sand it with a file or with a machine, whichever is more convenient for you. For me, it's easier to do it with a file. From the inside, I use a burr to remove any excess material I don't need. We sand it. And as usual, the story continues. You didn't think there would be only one part, did you?